Well, this segment of the video is about pricing, and it's obviously one that we'll be discussing in detail when we meet. Pricing your home properly is probably, well, let me retract the word probably, is the most critical part of marketing your home for sale. Even with an absolute perfect marketing campaign supporting the sale of your house, if your home is not priced properly, it's not going to sell. And that's my goal when working with you and meeting with you, is educating you as far as the pricing of where your home should sell for. Now, I've been doing this, as mentioned in my other videos, for a little over 21 years. I've been specifically working in our community throughout Malibu, Palisades, Brentwood, and Santa Monica. And I remind you of that because I, on a weekly basis, look at all of these homes that are on the market. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase or the day caravan for agents, and that's when agents go out and preview properties. And I have, again, for 21 years, every single Tuesday go out and look at every single new listing in our neighborhood. And in Malibu, that's on Thursdays. So with that said, I've literally seen, I should count it up sometime, thousands and thousands of homes, and I've watched what they've sold for. So when I meet you and see your home, I'm going to be able to know right away a range of 1, 2, or 3% of where your home is going to sell for as far as price. Now, I'm assuming you're not just going to take my word for it by me telling you what your home's going to sell for. So I'll spend some time showing you some relative comparable sales and discussing with you pricing strategy. Depending on what the market is doing at the time will vary, and it will also vary on the strategy I'll give you in pricing a home. In the heyday when the marketplace was going gangbusters crazy and everything was selling, my pricing strategy for a homeowner was price it exactly where we think it's going to sell for, even a little below market, because we're going to be able to have multiple offers. We're going to drive the price higher than the list price, and we'll create a total frenzy for your home. And for a number of years, back in, what was that, the early 2000s, that was my marketing campaign, my pricing campaign or strategy for my clients, and it worked. My average sales price during that heyday of the real estate market was, from the asking price, my listings on average were selling for 102.4% of the list price. So on average, all of them were selling for over list. During the market change since the fourth quarter of 2008, and it's starting to change again in a positive now, we're in March of 2012. But during those 3 years of when the market was really, really tough, my pricing strategy changed for a homeowner, because the reality was this: even if we priced your home properly, on the money, as where it was worth, unfortunately things weren't even selling then. So my pricing strategy was to add some padding or inflate the asking price based on where we thought it would sell for, leaving room to negotiate. That has started to change back to a healthy market. And a healthy market means that we go back to, we're not expecting multiple offers. We're not expecting, properties to sell for over the list price, although I've had that happen just recently in more than one occasion. But now what we need to do is go back to that critical part of pricing, that we have to price your home properly out the gate. We've all heard the phrase, you have one chance to make a first impression. Well, that is really, really related to real estate right now, and pertains to how we launch your home to the market. We have to come on the market at a price that's going to grab everyone's attention, and your home should sell. We should get your home into escrow within the first 6 weeks that the house has come on the market. If we didn't, it means that the home was slightly overpriced and missed that mark. But I also want to present a couple pitfalls. So a lot of homeowners have said to me, well, Rob, why don't we do this? We can price it, let's just use an average price. Let's say the list price should be $3 million. I've had clients say, well, let's start at 3.5, at 3.6. We can always come down later. And the problem with that, while I understand what the seller wants to do, let me share with you what the pitfalls are. Number one, you miss the opportunity to grab the attention of buyers and agents as being what's called a hot listing, something that's new on the market that everyone thinks it's great and it's priced well, and that's when it's going to get the most amount of attention. Number two is a lot of buyers that might look at your home and say, it's not worth 3.5, it's worth 3. what they'll do is they're going to sideline. They're going to step back on the sideline and say, you know what? If someone else buys the house at 3.5, God bless them. It's their house. I'm not going to step up to that number. So we would want that person to write the offer during the time when you first come on the market, because that's when we can hopefully create a competitive demand. Here is what also happens. Unfortunately, the reality is this. If you're priced at 3.5, again, I'm just using the hypothetical price range, and your home is really worth around 3, what will happen are agents, and this is going to be tough to accept, but it happens. Agents will show your home to their client and say, hey, if you like this one for 3.5, wait till I show you the one down the street or in the other neighborhood for 3. And your home actually can be used to help sell the competition. That's what nobody wants, and that's frustrating. So with that said, one of the reasons why I hope again that you would want to hire me is we're going to spend some time, most of our time when we meet, because I'm assuming and hopeful you've done your homework on me, you've looked at these videos that are being emailed to you, you know my qualifications, bottom line, I can sell your house. Now it's just a matter of us choosing the best price to list your home for, and I guarantee you this, whatever that price is, one of the things that I pride myself in my job at what I believe I do the best, it's not just placing homes on the market, it's negotiating the best price for my client. And I promise you this, that when you hire me and I'm negotiating for you, I am recognized as a pit bull when it comes to getting the best price and terms for my client. And there have been times, many of them, and I won't bore you or take up more time on this video with examples, that my clients have told me that they would sell at one particular price. One story that comes to mind is client Andy saying, you know what, Rob, I'm not selling beneath 4. If you can just get them at $4 million, I'm good to go. And I end up selling it for $4,080,000. And again, $80,000, it's not, it's a lot of money in selling real estate in the $4 million range. It's not all that amount of money. But my client, I looked at it, it was a significant amount, and my client was ecstatic when I said, hey, by the way, Andy, I got him to $4,080,000, which was $80,000 more than what he told me he wanted. So, pardon me for rambling, but that's, I want you to know when you hire me, I'm going to try to get you every single penny out of your house as possible. And I hope that's the reason you're hiring me. Take a look through all the videos that I'm emailing you, and I'm excited to meet with you. Thanks.